Oh, hey Reese, what's going on today? Hey, going? It is, of course, me, Reese T. O'Leary of perpelFLAME and Company. Say it with me, perpelFLAME. And you are watching Throwback Thursday. How you doing today? You doing well? You doing fabulous? I hope so. Well, we've got a very interesting episode today, and I can't wait to take you back in time. We've got the studio set up for you appropriately, and by set up appropriately, yes, I changed the colour of my light for you. So let's get on into today's episode. So the first thing that I will let you all know is this is, again, not sponsored. No one's asked me to do this. It was something that I chose to do and I wanted to do. And that is, of course, talk about the Manly Q Station. Now, if you don't know what the Manly Q Station is, in Sydney, Australia, there is a quarantine station which is located on the north heads of Manly. I'll put some graphics up there for you. Now, this Q station, or the quarantine, the Q station, or quarantine station rather, was previously used when the first fleet came to Australia in 1788 and beyond, to essentially quarantine passengers from different countries around the world. Now, of course, with this comes a lot of death. Yes. Now, with death comes a lot of spirits. Now, this event that I'm going to talk about wasn't actually my first time at the Manly Q Station. I'm going to leave that one up for a second video for another time, for another Throwback Thursday for you. The time I want to talk about is actually when I went back for the second time, and I took with me a group of perpelFLAME tribe members. Now, this was really fun. It was really cool. And first of all, I want to say thank you to all those tribe members that came along. And secondly, I want to say thanks to all those tribe members who came along and had an experience and absolutely lost their bananas. And we're going to get into some of those experiences here right now with you all. And this is essentially also a warning to everyone watching that spirits are real. Okay, what do? We don't play with the spirits. When we play with the spirits and the spirits don't want to be played with, we find out the hard way, don't we? We find out that there are consequences to our actions, don't we, Carla? Carla, if you don't all know, is a wonderful tribe member here at the perpelFLAME and Company tribe membership, and she actually had a very personal experience, up close and personal, with the spirits. Now, when we originally arrived at the Q station, this was probably the first, should have been the warning sign of the evening, really. I remember I took a couple of people with me. Carla was one of them, and there was another passenger that I had, and we're driving. And now when you drive to Manly Q station, there's like a sandstone gate at the north head as you're driving in. And this is right before you get to the actual Q station itself. If you've been, you know exactly where I'm talking about. So as I'm driving through this sandstone gate, all of a sudden I heard my tire go, right? And the tire in my car. And I will never ever forget Carla sitting next to me in the passenger seat saying, "Reese, can you hear that?" And I'm like, "Shut up, Carla." She repeats, "Reese, can you hear that?" "Shut up, Carla." Yes, of course I could hear it. I just wanted to make sure we safely arrived, a few meters down the road, or wherever it was down the road. It wasn't that far. It was like a few hundred meters down the road. I just wanted to park the car, right? It was already late into the evening. It was almost 11 o'clock at night. If you're unaware, Manly Q Station actually has a few different types of tours that you can attend. You can attend a historical tour, but on this occasion, I'd already been on the historical tour. I wanted to go back for a very personal group ghost tour, right? So that we could have our very own exploration and see what happens, see if we could communicate with some of the spirits that were and are at Manly Q Station. And did we communicate with them? So moving on from there, we of course parked the car and got out, only to find, yes, my poor tire was deceased. And I was like, you know what? We're going to deal with that later. Right? We're going to deal with that later. We're just going to pretend like that didn't happen, Carla. We're just going to move on. Now, this already kind of, I think, spooked some of the other tribe members and people that were there with us. If it didn't, it shouldn't. It should have. It should have been amusing as well. Now, we of course told the Manly Q Station staff, and in one breath I was a little bit spooked, I'm not going to lie, but in another breath I was like, no, this is normal. This is so normal. This is absolutely so normal for me. You know, I'd already had experiences there, which, as I said, I'll touch on in another video, and it was normal. So we move on to the actual tour itself, and we had some fabulous guides. I'm so sorry, I can't remember their names. But we had some fabulous guides who brought along with them some incredible equipment that we were able to use. And this equipment includes things like EMF readers and little, they call them cat's balls, and REM pods. And these devices are designed, there was other things as well. I'm not even explaining it properly, but there were other things as well which gave us the opportunity to really, really push and see what the agenda was of these spirits. And look, there are many different places at Manly Q Station. I can't remember how many we actually went to. I know that we got to go to the toilet block. I call it the shower block, toilet block. This is essentially where, you know, people had to shower, and wow, was there activity in there. As a few people found out, and I actually induced some contact with one of the guards by offering them a cigarette. People were a little creeped out by me, I believe, because, as you all know, I'm a medium and I talk to spirits. So when I get in spaces such as this, I go a bit funny, because I can start to really, really tune into the deeper energies of the location, not just the energies of the land, but the energies of the spirits that are there. At one part throughout the evening, one person was wearing earphones. I can't remember the name of this device, but it scans through like radio frequencies, and it will, I'll pop a picture up, but it scans through radio frequencies, and it will actually say, psh, 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 hello, you know, words, right? It'll just, blue, you know, it'll just spit out random words. And someone was standing behind me, and of course they've got the earphones in, so no one else could hear this, and it said, gay, when she was standing behind me. The spirits were out to play that night, weren't they? Another notable experience, which, Carla, you will very much remember this, was, look, Carla had a lot of spirits around her that evening, and there's probably a reason for that, because she was not purposely taunting the spirits, right? But she had actually previously been, a week before, on the historical tour, and she wanted to go with us on the paranormal tour, on our little private paranormal tour, right? And so Carla had the wonderful delights of being pushed off a set of stairs in front of the whole group. Okay, it wasn't something that wasn't not visible to anyone else. The only person who didn't get to see it was me, and that was because I had the pleasure of turning around and walking back to turn off a light at the toilet where nobody wanted to go near because it was so dark. So I had to turn around and go back and do it for everyone, because I was like, oh, all right, I'll do it. You know, I'm a big boy. And then Carla was pushed off the stairs and sprained her ankle. And that was in full view of the whole tour. From memory, she landed in someone's knee. She's all right. She was all right. She was all right. Right? She's all right. She vows she will never return to Manly Q Station. And to be honest, Carla, I don't blame you. Another notable experience, one of our other fantastic tribe members, Chantel, she actually captured Carla, and I'm going to put some of these photos up here. Carla sitting in the room of, I think it was the office, it's called the officer's cottage. Now, I'm going to show you the outside. Thank you, Sean, for getting these photos, and thank you so much for allowing me to use them, and thank you for giving them to me, as well as you, Carla, as well. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. But as you can see here, there was something definitely in the window behind Carla, and there was something definitely making its presence known. Now, we were in another room of the officer's cottage, and there was a wardrobe door. I didn't get photos of this, sorry. And that wardrobe door was wedged, right? It was very old, so it was actually wedged closed. You know, when wood shifts, it makes it so you can't always open things properly. Now, during the tour guide's little presentation in that room, the door just kept opening and hitting me. So I was just like casually closing it, just pretending like nothing was happening, and everyone in the group was looking at me. Chantel reminded me as well. Apparently I went a bit funny at one stage and started screaming, "My baby, my baby." Yeah, guys, I do have the ability to take the spirits within, yeah? Anyways, look, spirits are real. Don't play around with the spirits. And if you want to come to Manly Q Station, we will be going again in 2025, because that was honestly such a fun experience. But if you are coming to try and see the presence of ghosts, don't come. I want you to come if you're interested in learning more about them, how they operate, and attempting to communicate with them, because it was honestly such a fantastic experience. Even though there was a few injuries and a few scares, it was a fantastic night. And if you don't believe in spirits, come to Manly Q Station, and after that, I promise you will. Alrighty, Roo. That's been me for today. You have a great one, and I'll catch you later. Don't play with the spirits. Alright, bye. Catch us on the flip side.